am a secular Jew, here is why. I was born into a Jewish family and raised Jewish. I went to Sunday and Tuesday school for many years. Got a bar mitzvah, got confirmed, went to a Jewish sleepaway camp for a bunch of years, the whole shebang. Then, around the age of 16, I started to realize I was essentially agnostic, atheist. I won't get into the specifics of my beliefs, because anything beyond the fact that I don't believe in God has nothing to do with the question. The funny thing is that even though I didn't believe in God or the Torah, I was still called a Jew in a derogatory fashion in high school. Anyway, I still identify as Jewish, and I think a lot of secular Jews do this for a few reasons. There are so few Jews in the world. Even if I don't necessarily believe in God, I still feel a connection to every other Jewish person in the world due to the fact that there are so few of us, about 0.2% of the world population. The Jewish people have been the targets of mass murder throughout history. We feel an obligation to remain a member of the tribe and to support it. 2. We still feel very culturally Jewish. Just because I don't believe in God does not mean that I don't or can't enjoy Jewish customs. Religion is a beautiful way to bring people together. Would it not be for Judaism, I would not have met some of my best friends. One great thing about the Reform Jewish movement is that its main focuses are self-reflection and helping the less fortunate. I even had a rabbi once tell me that he believed there was no personification of God, and that God is simply our consciousness, the essence of life, not some all-powerful being. Secular Judaism is all about taking religious principles and applying them to yourself in order to live a more wholesome life. To be a Jew is as much a tribal matter as a religious one. Secular Jews are people who are members of the Jewish community, the Jewish tribe. They are descended from Jewish ancestors, they observe many of the customs of Judaism. But they do not attend synagogue or worship the Jewish God as observant Jews do. So they consider themselves part of the worldwide Jewish family, even if not the deeper religious bits. Whether they believe in God is uncertain, though one may reasonably surmise that many do not. If they do believe in a God, presumably they do not believe that God requires the rituals of the synagogue. A secular Jew is a regular American, just like everyone else, all equal and all. Like in Babylon, Jews stopped wearing the thing they put on their forehead, especially when praying, a cube box. So 4 generations pass, they get freed, but they forgot how the cube was made, or what it looked like. Each generation had tried, harder than the last one, to be more Babylonian. The one they wear now is still wrong. But you can't tell religious people anything. They'd rather kill you than turn their intuition off. Their correct cube is a 5-part box which has 22 loci memory spaces inside and outside. Judaism is a complicated thing, because it's both a religion and an ethnicity. A secular Jew is someone who identifies with the cultural and ethnic aspect of Judaism but not the actual religion. So you might then ask, what makes a secular Jew Jewish? This is complicated because the culture and religion of Judaism are so intertwined that not participating in the religious aspect would exclude the culture as well. So when someone says they are a secular Jew, they usually mean that they celebrate the holidays because it's part of their culture, not because they believe in GD. I'm a secular Jew. I believe Judaism is a force for good in the world. I believe it has a lot of good lessons for morality and critical thinking. And I hold the culture dear to me, and being without it would make me less happy. I keep many Jewish traditions, but there's a strong basis of the history of it as well. I also believe all religions evolve with time, and one of the great things about Judaism is that it is a religion which allows debate, and the Talmudic spirit of debate which has kept Judaism alive naturally allows for Judaism's advancement in the modern world. It can mean many things because Judaism has a few very large divides, with the most notable being between halachic and non-halachic Jews. That is, some Jews follow some of the rules, up to all, as laid out over the centuries, most notably kosher and then observance of the Sabbath, while many Jews don't. Some of those Jews who don't identify more as cultural Jews, others in some other way, even as being labeled Jewish by others. But both sides of the dividing line are a spectrum. The halachic side runs all the way to Haredim and other sects that are called ultra, or ultra-Orthodox, because they explore the depths of devotional acts, study, etc. according to principles they believe are true and generally under the guidance of some rabbinical light they follow, like Rabbi Schneerson of the Lubavitcher Hasidim. The non-halachic side runs all the way from people who worship on Fridays but don't speak Hebrew or who don't otherwise keep the Sabbath or kosher to people who say, "My mother-father was Jewish." So the meaning depends.